Hi, I'm Felicia DePaula, Program Specialist with the New Mexico Economic Development Department. The Rural Efficient Business Program is a partnership between EDD, New Mexico State University, and the New Mexico Manufacturing Extension Partnership. The program strives to assist rural small businesses and agricultural producers in New Mexico to reduce energy consumption. The Rural Efficient Business Program increase profits and explore ways to between EDD, New Mexico State University, and the New Mexico Manufacturing Extension Partnership. The program strives to assist rural small businesses and agricultural producers in New Mexico to reduce energy consumption. The Rural Efficient Business Program increase profits and explore ways to.
Okay. Maybe if everybody mutes besides Felicia.
That was really strange.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe if everybody mutes besides Felicia.
All right. Well, that was fun. The program strives to assist rural small businesses and agricultural producers. That was really strange.
Okay.
How weird. Doing it again?
Yeah, there's like a
okay, maybe now.
Okay. Maybe if everybody mutes besides Felicia.
All right. Well, that was fun. John, why don't you give this intro a whirl on your end? The program.
Okay, will do. All right. Good morning. I'm John Winscott. I'm the Economic and Energy Diversification Coordinator at Energy Conservation and Management Division at the Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources Department. Typically, Felicia DePaula, the Program Specialist with NMEDD, gives these intros, but I'll do my best. The Rural Efficient Business Program is a partnership between EDD, New Mexico State University, and the NM Manufacturing Extension Partnership. The program strives to assist rural small businesses and agricultural producers in New Mexico to reduce energy consumption, increase profits, and explore ways to implement renewable energy systems. Today, we're here with Luis Marquez, EDD's Region 5 representative, and Jennifer Sensabaugh of the New Mexico Manufacturing Extension Partnership. Today, we'll be interviewing Sergio Favela, President and CEO of La Primera Tortilla Factory. La Primera was founded by Jose and Aurora Favela in 1984 in the town of Sunland Park. La Primera began delivering to small neighborhood stores, restaurants, and soon larger chain companies who recognize the quality and authentic taste of La Primera's tortillas. Now, La Primera is the #1 leading provider of tortillas in El Paso and surrounding areas. Sergio will be sharing information about the energy-efficient designs and retrofits that have been made to La Primera manufacturing facility. Making it more energy efficient, cost efficient, plus their future plans to increase and grow their sustainability efforts. And here we are with Sergio now. Thank you for joining us, and I'll kick off the questions with, could you tell us what types of numbers are you producing on a daily basis compared to other tortilla manufacturers? I think you might be on mute.
I might be on mute.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Yep. We're producing about 1.5 million tortillas, corn tortillas, per week. And it's been increasing. After the COVID, these last 2 years, it just increased our numbers. We still don't know what the factors are, but for some reason we just took off. I don't know if it was more people eating at home or what it was, but the fact of the matter is we're producing more corn tortillas and chips as of today. We're in the process of building the next phase of the building, which is going to include the flour tortillas. We ordered the machinery, and that's the next step.
That's terrific. And what made you want to transition your manufacturing to something that was more energy efficient? As I understand, you have solar panels and LED lighting at your facilities.
Correct. When we first built the first part of the building, which was in 2014, uh, we were told that LED lighting would be a lot more efficient. So we went with that all throughout the building, and some skylights uh, for that part of the building. Uh, the solar panels, again, same thing. About 3 years ago, we decided to go and look at that, and we were sold on the idea. It gives us about 40% uh, cost savings per month. So that has helped us a lot. On the new part of the building, we're going to have skylights and LED lighting all over the place, and I think we're going to add some more solar panels because we do see a huge difference in that.
Sure, sure. And did you have to go through any special like financing programs for solar and LED lighting? I know LED lighting, while it saves you tons of money in the long run, there can be some upfront costs there.
When we built that first part of the building, I think it was included with the building itself. They asked us to choose what we wanted, and we went with LED. As far as solar panels, we did have to get them financed through the company in New York, I think it was. And I think it's a 20-year loan. And we see it as something that's going to save us a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm. And working with that company on the solar panels, how is it determined sort of the amount of square footage that, or I guess what was the megawatts that you would need for these solar panels? Did they like come and inspect your building? Is it based on square footage? I just think our audience would be kind of curious what the process was like for getting solar panels.
It's based on the amount that you use per month. And from there, they figure that they go to about 40% max. I think that's the max that you can save on. But they go based on they asked us for our monthly bills for a full year, and from there they determine how many panels you're going to need. As far as wattage and all that, I really don't know, but that's how they figured it out, and it covers about half of our building in solar panels. I was amazed at how many panels we have, but we're very happy with that.
Sure. So it's mostly or completely rooftop solar panels then?
Correct. It covers half of the building. So it's I can't remember exactly how many panels, but it covers half of the building itself.
And you would say, based upon since you got the solar panels, that your power bills are 40% lower than they used to be?
Yes, it did. So that was a really good deal, I think. Mm-hmm. Another thing we did, most of our equipment had two-phase motors, and we switched to three-phase, and that was another savings right there, efficiency.
So those motors, is that just part of the manufacturing machinery inside your facility? Okay.
All of the machinery we had had two-phase motors. So all of the machines had two-phase motors, and then we switched to three-phase. This we got new equipment last year, I think it was, and it all came with three-phase motors. And we switched from small equipment to a machine that pretty much took or produces as much as 4 or 5 machines that we had. So that was another savings right there.
Okay. And I guess, was that kind of just your own initiative, looking at sort of how your business can be more efficient, looking at these different motors and just the machinery inside your facilities, or was an outside party kind of consulting on what could be more energy efficient? I guess I just want to know a little bit more about what your thought process is. And are you always looking for like little things that can save you money in the long run and kind of be more energy efficient?
It's a little of both. I think my brothers and I are always looking for ways to maximize our production and making it more efficient. And the other, what we've read about the solar panels and some of the manufacturers of the machinery, they've guided us, helped us to figure out what's more efficient. So it's been a combination of different sources where we get our information. But we are always looking for ways of trying to be more efficient.
That's great. I'll let my colleagues jump in then.
Okay.
Yes. Hi, Jennifer here, and I was curious, as we hope to have other businesses on the line listening. I think sometimes it's hard for folks to make that jump into solar power. They're afraid that when they need their machine to run, it might not be able to run or something like that. And so I'm just curious, as you implemented that, was it a smooth going? Do you have what you need when you need it?
Yes.
To maintain your production?
At first I wasn't very clear how that worked, but now it has nothing to do with you're not going to be running on the solar panels itself. It's just going into the grid. So your electricity is going to be the same. Nothing's going to change except for the fact that you're saving. In other words, the energy that's going to the panels goes back into the grid, and that's where you get the credit from. But it will never affect any of your machinery in any way, as far as that we've experienced. So it was a very smooth transition. As soon as they installed all the equipment, the meters and all this, everything, just nothing. I never saw the change except for the fact of how much we were saving. So you can tell anybody that it's. I think it's a great way to go.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. That's we say it, but it's so nice to hear it from a manufacturer, tried and true, right?
Yes. And you can tell everybody they're welcome to stop by. We'll show them around, and anybody wants to look at it, they're welcome to come stop by our plant. Definitely.
Sergio, I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to say, were you able to take advantage of any incentives when you acquired the solar panels? And if so, what were they?
You know what, Luis? My brother was telling me about that there are some incentives, and I think we're going to use them for our new part of the building. When we built our first building, we didn't know a lot of those things. But we're going to take advantage of that. I know there's some programs there for the LED lighting. I don't know if there's anything else besides that, but we will plan on taking advantage of that.
Very cool.
Will you up your solar panel usage in your new as you're adding
Yes, that's the plan. We just want to make sure everything, the machine is installed, because it has some pipes that go through the roof. And the last time we did it the other way. We had the solar panels installed, and then when we got the new machinery, we had to move some solar panels because they were in the way. So we want to wait until we install the machinery, and then we're going to go ahead and install some more solar panels.
I'm going to grab that and jump in and say, are there any other design changes you made in the new construction to take advantage of energy efficient practices? You just mentioned the solar panels. Anything else maybe?
The skylights is one of the things that we installed because during the day, sometimes you need all the lights on when we have enough light. So that's the other thing that I can think of. Other than that, I can't think of anything else, Luis.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll jump in and grab one more question here.
Go
What
ahead.
advice would you offer to other rural businesses that have no idea where to start? You know, that they're intimidated by the process. Where do you begin?
As far as energy efficient stuff that we're talking about,
Yes.
you know what? Like for the solar panels, it was just pretty much they take care of everything, and I can assure them that nothing is going to affect the way they work.
Right.
Other than there's going to be you're going to see the savings, and the LED lighting, it's way better. As far as I can tell, they last longer. So I would encourage anybody to try. Don't be afraid of it. It's just going to give you a lot of savings. It's going to save you a lot. And in the process, we're using the solar energy, which I think it's a good thing for our planet. So, I see the solar companies going around talking to everyone, and I can understand some people being not well informed, and they have this idea that it's going to be working straight up the solar panels. Some people have asked me, so what happens if it's cloudy? Do you not have enough energy? And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Or at night, see, we have 2 shifts, and I tell them, no, it doesn't affect it. It just goes back into the grid, and you get credit for that. So, like I said, we talked to somebody that has solar panels, because I wanted to ask some questions before we installed them, and that's where I got more confident. So I would encourage anybody that have any questions, they want to stop by, talk to us. We're more than willing to talk to anybody and help them out, show them around, and so they can not be afraid of it, because it's a good thing.
Cool.
I was just a little curious. As part of this program, we've interviewed other manufacturers that deal with food products, much like you, and they have, in some cases, gotten solar panels on their roofs, and it's actually helped regulate the heat inside their building as they sort of cook and do all that. Have you seen that as like a benefit, or is that sort of not necessarily needed in your line of work? Or
you know what? I haven't been able to see any difference because it's usually pretty hot in our building. When the oven's on, when everything's running, the fryer and everything, it's pretty hot. In our new building, we're gonna have more air conditioning and more vents. That's something else that we figured we needed in the old building, more vents. And then now we made it higher. We made it 4 feet higher than the older one, so that the heat will come up. But as far as does it change? I haven't seen anything, but I'm sure it does help. It should help, especially if you have them on the roof. Like I said, it's covering half of a roof, so it should help.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious, you spoke earlier, when you transitioned from 2-phase to 3-phase motors, was that a large investment for your company to do that?
Each machine, we had 6 machines, smaller tortilla ovens, and each machine had 2 motors that ran the whole thing. And the way they explained it to us, it was going to cut our usage in half, having 3-phase. The motors themselves, as far as I can remember, they were less than $1,000 each, but the savings, they're going to pay themselves pretty much. So that was one thing that I saw the difference in the electricity bill. So it does make a huge difference. I don't know. I think you got to have outside the what do you call them? Up on the light post. I can't think of the name. In other words, the electric company has to install the right amount of I guess, wattage for the three-phase. It's a different connection, I guess, but it saves you a lot of energy. So that's another thing that we found out.
But it is worth it, and that's good to hear.
Yes,
too.
it is. Definitely.
I think it's really hard as you're trying to run a small business, deciding where
Yes.
to put these funds and hoping they pay off sometimes, right? So
Yes. At first, as you know, you're kind of, you don't know, and it's like an investment, and you don't know if it's going to pay off. But we've run the numbers, and we know they're gonna pay for themselves.
that's fantastic.
I'll jump in with another question, Sergio. Okay, Juan Carlos, your brother, and I have worked a lot together as far as the LEDA grant. I know you also worked with MEP, Jennifer's organization, to do the assessment of the facility. What different agencies, what different groups have you worked with that have helped to get you a little further along, that maybe added to the efforts?
You know what? When we were planning a building, we had somebody, I can't think of the name, Luis, but they helped us organize how we're gonna build the plan to where it would run smoother in the way, make the product and make it come out like in a efficient way. We had somebody go out there and help us out with that.
I'm going to interrupt really quickly. That was Jeff Abram.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Jeff worked with Jennifer.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
okay.
I remember that. And that was very helpful. We've had different people go out there and, help us out with the planning, a lot of the planning. And it has helped us a lot, with the way we see the business. So that's one that I can think of off the top of my head.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm curious, what do you see next? I know you're in the middle of building. It's probably hard to think beyond flour tortillas, which I'm super excited for. Do you have any other energy efficiency projects on the horizon that you could see potentially coming down, or any challenges that maybe some of our listeners or resources might be able to help you with?
As far as building right now, we're just about to finish that one, and I can't think of anything right now. We've been focused on this one, and we want to get it done and get it up and running. But I can't think of something else right now. Like I said, we've always done our corn products, and we finally decided to go for the flour tortilla, and we think it's going to be we're going to do well with that one. But that's about all I can think right now.
And I was just a little curious, kind of what kicked off this LEDA effort, or how did you get in contact with EDD and NMEP? Did someone reach out to you, or did you and your brother hear about somebody from another business? Just kind of curious.
It was like Louise. She was at the Sunland Park City, and she's the one that has guided us and helped us with all of this. We had no idea. We did not know of any of the programs in the state of New Mexico, and it was thanks to her that we started finding out about all of this. And like she said, she's been working with my brother Juan. He's the one that basically does all the paperwork, all the heavy work. I just kind of go along with it. He's the smarts in the family, so I trust him. But it was Louise and some other people around her that have guided us and showed us brought a lot of people to our plant, and they have helped us. But no, we had no idea of these programs. So we're very appreciative of everything she's done for us, and it has helped us incredibly.
Thank you, Sergio. I want to put in a plug there and say to anyone watching, please reach out to your regional reps. We really can help. Okay, I'm done.
And I'll just echo that. Put any question out there because they'll find the right answer.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Very helpful. So we're very grateful for Louise taking her time and really guiding us through this process. I know she talks to my brother all the time and has guided him. And so, yeah, it's great programs. And the sad part is very few people know about these programs. In San Park, there's a lot of business, but I know some people are not aware of these programs. So anybody that I talk to, I try to tell them about what we're doing and who to talk to. But in our community, I think it's hard. There's you find it hard to believe that there are programs like that. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. I know why. That's the way I was when I first heard it. I told my brother, man, maybe we're just wasting our time. He said, no, let's but we had a lot of encouragement from like I say, like Luis and some other people from the city of San Park, and I'm like, so thankful for them. But yeah, the people in the community are, I guess I don't want to say mistrust or they just don't believe it. They don't think they're out there, and it's sad because I know a lot of people benefit from all these programs.
But that means that your success story is that much more important. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Luis, this is kind of for you. Could you sort of explain the process that you took La Primera through to get a LIDA project done and kind of what that is like?
Absolutely. The La Primera story is one of my favorite in the whole wide world because I had the strange advantage of being on both sides of this transaction. As Sergio mentioned, I was working with the city of Sunland Park when we met, and Christine Logan was in my role. And when she retired and I took over this role, I got to finish this project on this side. So it's a personal favorite of mine. Any company that has any plans to grow or expand or add energy efficiency, any of those things should reach out to the local community, because many times there's programs through the local community that will either help or get them in touch with someone. Additionally, you can reach out to the state economic development regional representative, and our role is just outreach. It's connecting businesses and communities with the resources that can help them. For instance, MEP. By the way, I was the one who connected them to Jeff. So that's really what we do. We're the tentacles to make sure everything happens. As far as an actual LIDA project, we have an initial discussion to determine if they might possibly be eligible. We gather initial information, which is going to kind of boil down to total CapEx, total number of jobs created, and total payroll of those jobs. We prepare an economic impact analysis, and from there, the cabinet secretary will decide if an award can be made. And we make the offer, go through a full permitting process, go through what we call the public process. LIDA projects are created and ended by ordinance. So we have to go before the local governing body as they will act as the fiscal agent. So the entire thing beginning to end takes about 90 days before approval. And any expenses incurred have to be from that approval date forward. And then where La Primera is right now, they'll start working through the construction, everything else, they're incurring expenses. They'll submit those to New Mexico Economic Development, likely their regional rep, and we'll go ahead and find, there's several steps, but we'll get those expenses approved and reimbursed. And La Primera is, they're there. They're already there. There is a job creation component to LIDA projects. Statutorily, they have to create jobs or else the project can't go forward. And forgive me, I believe, Sergio, we're 14 jobs
Correct.
It's going to be created during the contract. Right, exactly. So, for a community like Sunland Park, which has a little tiny piece of my heart, which is a colonius, a federally designated colonius, 14 permanent full-time jobs is important. I mean, it's impactful. So, okay, I'm jumping off my soapbox. But these projects are really exciting to me.
All right. Felicia, if you're still on, I believe she's going to post some questions from the audience that I was going to ask to Sergio here. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so first question is, how did you know when it was time to go from delivering from your beginnings to knowing you needed a manufacturing facility?
How did we know? Well, it grew to a point where we, at our old or our original factory, it was just a really a really small building, and we grew to a point that we just couldn't keep up with the demand, and that's when we started, thinking we need to build a manufacturing plant, because we can't grow unless we build a plant big enough so that we have enough equipment to meet the demand. It got so big, and our building was just so small. So we just took the initiative to go and talk to banks, ask for a loan, and that's how we decided to do it. Because it was just your mom and pop's little store, and we had a couple of small tortilla machines. But we were working pretty much 20 hours a day. We couldn't keep up. And we were just, all we could do was just the corn tortillas. We couldn't do any of the chips and any of that until we got our plant. Then we bought the equipment for the fryers and the packing and all of that, because we did not have any space in the old one. But it was mostly to meet the demand. That was what pushed us to grow. I don't know if that answers the question.
No, absolutely. And it's always great when the demand requires you to grow so much. Absolutely.
Yes.
Let's see here. I know there's a lot of contact information going into the comments right now, so hopefully we'll get that all out after this meeting. But did anybody else have any questions for Sergio? All right. I think that's all we've got. Let's see here. I know Felicia's kind of working behind the scenes right now, so we'll see how we wrap this one up. What I can do is I'll share the conclusion PowerPoint, and we'll go from there.
I can try to jump in to see if it's going to echo. I'm not sure. Got a little traumatized from the last time, but I did want to say before we jump into the PowerPoint is the USDA REAP grant has a deadline coming up March 31st. So any businesses within a rural area, please reach out to us. We'd love to walk you through the application process. All grant sizes requests are up to $500,000. Both competition periods are based on eligibility of the project, location, project type, and scoring prioritization. Eligible applicants are rural small businesses and agricultural producers. So we are really working closely with USDA to get that going. We will help in any way we can, so please do not be intimidated by the application process. EDD and USDA are here to just completely walk you through it. So that is OMC, and I'm feeling grateful that it's not echoing. So, we can kind of just jump into the PowerPoint, John, if you'd like. And I think I can probably take it from here. Thank you so much, Luis, Jennifer, John, Sergio, for carrying on. And I'm sorry for that glitch. Great. Let's see. All right, John, and you have control over the PowerPoint?
Just tell me when to switch slides.
Okay, great. So here is our contact information. Please feel free to contact John or myself if you have any questions about getting an assessment. We'll put you in contact with financial resources, with Jennifer, with Jalal at New Mexico State. So we can move on to the next slide, and I can probably do this one, Jennifer. And if you want to take over MEPs, that'd be great. This is just a brief slide about USDA, what I just mentioned earlier, an application deadline on March 31st. Again, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are here to help you. And that deadline is fast approaching. They still do have funds. So let's not let those go to waste. Please reach out to us. Next slide. It's just a big thank you to our partners at New Mexico State University and NMMEP. For any no-cost energy assessment needs, again, please contact Jalal Rastegari, whose contact information is on the next slide. And this is just a breakdown of what the report looks like that they do conduct when at your business. You can go to the next slide, John. And the next slide, and I'll let Jennifer take it from here for MEP.
Wonderful. I want to thank everybody on the call. I think I'm always so proud of all of the resources that New Mexico has the ability to bring to bear and hopefully support our businesses through the challenging times and through the growth times as well. And so this was a fabulous story. Thank you so much for taking your time to spend with us, Sergio, and let others know how it can be done and who can be there to help along the way. So for those that don't know, New Mexico MEP is the Manufacturing Extension Partnership. We're a nonprofit organization with the primary mission to grow manufacturers in the state of New Mexico. And so we want to help. We have a team of manufacturing and engineering experts that can help manufacturers overcome any barriers to growth they may encounter, anything that might help them succeed. If we don't have the answer here internally, then we'll work with partners and resources externally to bring that to bear for you. So, and you heard an example here today. We do a lot of work in process optimization and efficiency. So we talked a lot about renewable energies today, but there's also efficiencies in how you produce your product, and we're always willing to lend a hand and help you figure out the most optimal way and most efficient way to produce your product. So, and we have a host of other services here. And I think the next slide is our contact info, which I think also got posted. So feel free to reach out at any time and we'll get you to the right point of contact on our team.
Awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. And the next slide is just a list of our New Mexico economic development programs that we have. Luis is here to walk you through a lot of these, specifically LIDA, like she mentioned today. We also have the collateral assistance program that it could be very beneficial to a lot of businesses out there. And then our next slide, John, is just kind of a breakdown of the Real Efficient Business Program. Basically, where do we start? Who do we contact? A good starting place is www.nmruralbiz.com. Identify what your needs are. Do you need someone to get you in touch with a no-cost assessment? Do you need financing help? Do you need something on the manufacturing end? We will connect you to MEP. We will connect you to SBDC, SBA, USDA, whatever that looks like. We're here to do the footwork for you so that we can take some stress off of you and really get you connected to all the resources to make you the most successful business in New Mexico. So thank you so much again, Sergio, for joining us. And I apologize for the weird glitch in the beginning. That has not happened before, and I hope it never happens again. But again, thank you to the team, Jennifer, John, Louise, for picking up where I dropped the ball today. I am so sorry about that. And thank you to all of our viewers and for engaging with some great questions and great feedback about what you're doing at La Primera. So again, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to everybody, and I hope you have a great day, stay warm, and enjoy the snow. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.